Shot or no shot. Here's Shay Norling.
Good morning, boys. NFL football is back. Season opener tonight. I bid adieu to my wife last night when I told her goodbye. I'll see you in 5 days. 5 straight days of football. How are we feeling?
Wow. Feeling great. How about that? He's not going to talk to his wife. He bid adieu to her.
Yeah, I mean, super cool that he gets to do that. I'm not going to really pay attention. Saturday, it's one of the last Saturdays of gorgeous weather.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a little chillier than my taste. Probably much more for Shay's taste. You're more with me. You like the heat. It's going to be like 61 on Saturday. Not great, but it'll be sunny. I'm not going to be cooped up inside watching college football. No.
How about that? He bid adieu to his wife. You know, in all honesty, Cap, I haven't spoken to my wife in 4 years. I know that comes to a shock to you. I haven't spoken to her in 4 years. I don't want to interrupt her. Here's Shay Norling. Shay?
Wow.
What is that? Rodney Dangerfield?
No, just
wow. That was good.
Here's Shay Norling. Shay?
That was excellent.
Shay?
Take that, Michelle.
All right, Adam Johns of The Athletic wrote up. He had a conversation with Bears defensive coordinator Eric Washington and defensive backs coach John Hoke about Eberflus. Both guys compared Flus to Lovie Smith, and both guys worked with Lovie Smith. They said Eberflus in film rooms is holding quote-unquote loafs accountable. Loafs basically meaning lazy players. If you look lazy on film, we're going to blast you in front of the team. We're going to get up on you about it and hold you accountable. They said that's what Lovie Smith used to do when he was coaching the Bears. We have seen some of the impact of this. I think this was the most intense training camp, like more energy, more intensity out of the Bears at Hallis Hall all off season. Shot or no shot, Matt Eberflus has revived the Bears locker room.
That's a shot. Just talk to the players. These guys really, really like playing for him. They said he'll hold you accountable. He is fair. He treats you like a man. And if you watch the other day, I watched the Hard Knocks like you guys did, where he said, be on time, be respectful. What was the third one? Play hard. Mm-hmm. I think that was it. He goes, that's it. We don't have any other rules here. Don't disrespect the organization and play hard. Period. It's easy. It's not like, well, make sure you don't have sunglasses on in the facility. Make sure your hair is cut to the. He doesn't care if you grow your hair down to your ass. Play.
I think that's a shot. Also, I would say that better players in there can help him,
no doubt,
hold the team accountable as well. Like when you add more veterans to the team, and you feel like you've got a team that you like as a base, but when you're adding new veterans to the team, Cap, that also helps hold the team accountable. And Eberflus being part of that, I think that's a positive. He's like, you know what? I feel like I'm empowered now because I have veterans that know me. And I think they'll heed what I have to say.
Yep,
so
agreed.
I think that all helps. So I think that's all a shot. Shay?
All right, last season, we saw something really rare in the NFL. A rookie quarterback worked his way into the MVP conversation. C.J. Stroud led the Texans to a division title that nobody expected. And at the end of the year, obviously didn't win it. It went to Lamar. But C.J. Stroud was right in the conversation around the most valuable player award, not just offensive rookie of the year. The Athletic put out some bold predictions for the season 2024, including Caleb Williams will repeat C.J. Stroud's accomplishment and be an MVP caliber player at the end of the season. Shot or no shot, Caleb Williams will be an MVP contender.
That is a no shot. And the reason why is because, again, he is a rookie and he's going to make some mistakes. For it to work sonically all together at one time, that'd be awesome. That means that he and Waldron are on the same page. That means Caleb Williams and Matt Eberflus on the same page, that all of his weapons and the offensive line, everything works in concert. And I don't know if that all happens in one season. MVP candidate, I don't think so. Rookie of the year, that was my prediction because I think he'll be that good. But MVP, I think that's a little bit of an overstatement at this point.
What makes you an MVP candidate? Top 15 in the voting? Top 10? Where do you got to be?
Oh, top 10 at least. I mean, you got it. Like, we have to get to December and be having similar conversations to what we were saying about Stroud, where it was like, he might not just win Rookie of the Year. He might win MVP.
Yeah, I'm going to say shot. A, and again, every week, it's a week-to-week league. You can look at the schedule and go, oh, God, we've got to play the Texans in Houston on, isn't it a Sunday night game?
It is.
Okay. And all of a sudden, C.J. Stroud pulls his hamstring and he's not playing. The game is a totally different game. Or you may be playing a team that you feel like the Patriots. Oh, we're going to crush them. Oh, wow. We're missing 7 starters because Andrew. Like, that's the difference in this league, the margin of error. But I'm going to say if he's healthy, he finishes top 10.
All right, Shay. I mean, again, we're talking about Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and C.J. Stroud and Jalen Hurts, maybe. There's Jared Goff. There's Dak Prescott. Isn't Prescott your guy for MVP?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, it's a long list. All I'm saying is that the reason why I would not have him in the top 10, Cap, is because it's such a talented league.
It is?
Oh, God. It just, everywhere you look, man, there are cornerstone athletes. There are difference makers for the team. And I'm just saying that Caleb Williams, if it's not going to be this year, I think eventually it'll happen. But this is just me saying I just want to see him be able to navigate his way through the NFL, to be able to learn defenses, and to be able to help the Bears get to the playoffs. MVP, I don't need that right now from him. Like, I don't need 4,000 yards. What I need for him is to stay healthy, not turn the ball over as much, and learn on the job and excel at this position as quickly as possible. All right, Jay.
All right, yesterday in baseball, Matt Chapman signed a 6-year, $151 million extension with the San Francisco Giants to be their third baseman going forward. Chapman has a 121 OPS plus this season, 22 home runs. He is a 6-WAR player at a position where the Cubs have a full season of 0.0 WAR in 2024. Chapman is also a guy David Kaplan railed against the idea of signing in the offseason, but shot or no shot. It's time for Cap to admit the Cubs should have signed Matt Chapman.
No shot. He's 30. He'll be 32 next year in April. I'm not giving what did he get? 6 years? No shot. I don't want a 32-year-old third baseman who offensively, he's very average. 69 RBIs. He hit 240 something. He's elite defensively. There's no question about that. An elite defensive third baseman. 6 years, $151 million. Hard pass for me.
That's a great job by Scott Boras' agent.
I don't know how he got that many years. Like if you said he got a 3-year deal, he's going to be 35 at the end. Okay. 6? God bless him.
Being a 6-WAR player pays.
Again, it's because of his defense, not his offense.
But I mean, that's still a positive on the field, though, Cap.
Plus, the other problem is,
let's just go ahead.
What were we told by multiple people in the game? One of whom being a GM that you and I talked to.
Yeah.
He said the problem with the city of San Francisco, they've got such problems in the city, they can't get people to take their money. Everybody that they've gone after, they've got to grossly overpay to get them to stay. That's part of this deal here.
Yeah, again, Cap, what Shea has is the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to put side-by-side Paredes against Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that WAR number, whether it's offense or defense, that's good to have.
No question about it.
Like if I told you Chapman or Chris Morrell.
Chapman's a better player, but again, I'm not giving a 32-year-old next April 6 years. I'm not.
How close do you think you are to winning with the Cubs? What
You
else do you
should
need?
be a contender next year, but this winter's important.
Just saying, again, you do side-by-side numbers with those. You got to understand that Chapman does bring a lot to the table. Now, again, maybe $151 million in 6 years is too much for you to swallow, but someone's going to pay him just because he's a Boras guy, and he does have value.
But I would bet you there's not another team in baseball that would give him that deal.
I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know that either. And I'm not even making that. I'm making the point if the Cubs had signed him to the 1-year deal that he got signed to in the offseason, I think they'd be a playoff team right now.
I do not.
You'd get 6 wins above replacement at a position where you have 0.0 for the season.
You still didn't have a closer.
Team.
You still blew 23 saves. It didn't matter.
You blew 23 saves, but you didn't lose all 23 games.
You lost 16 of them.
Okay. So let's reasonably convert those into wins instead of just going, that's 23 more W's if you don't blow all the saves.
I'm not saying 23 more wins. They'd be a 100-win baseball team then at the end of the year. But if you had saved 8 of the 16 games that you ended up losing when you blew one of the 23 saves, 8 more wins would be a totally different team. The fact you did not have a closer is unconscionable, and I'll scream it from the mountaintops.
Well, that's true. I also would say your 7th, 8th, and 9th, along with your 9th inning, your 7th and 8th aren't anything to write home about either.
They have been the last 2 months.
Yeah.
But the first 3 months, terrible.
Let's just meet in the middle, okay? Let's just meet in the middle with this, with Matt Chapman. If you felt like the Cubs were close and you can get a deal that is better than 6 years, 151 from your standpoint as the Cubs, right? Mm-hmm. If it wasn't 151, Cap, you'd sign Chapman because you wouldn't have to worry about that position. Paredes has been underwhelming at third. He has.
No question.
He's been underwhelming. And you say needs some seasoning. I don't know if that gets better offensively because it's like, well, you made the deal because you felt like Morel was a minus player. I get it. Jesse got Morel out of here. I think we all know that. Wow. Well, he did. I mean, going back and forth with Counsell about swinging for the lake, that was all for Morel. At that point in time, done. When Jesse says that Morel's swinging for the lake and Counsell said that's a bad take, Jesse, he was done after that. Okay, so
pretty much. So
what I'm telling you is that at the hot corner, you want to have someone you can rely on. And despite the numbers, Shay, again, 247, 333, 445 as far as his line, there's still good things about Chapman that you'd like to have. You don't have to worry about third base.
His offense is not bad at all. He's a 121 OPS plus. He's 21%
and Paredes is a 111
average.
OPS plus.
And a 0.0 WAR. I'm just making the point.
No, he's actually a 2.2 WAR this year.
Not at the Cubs.
Correct.
I don't care what he did in Tampa. You don't get the 2 wins that he got for Tampa.
My point is that if you had for a better deal, you would consider Chapman too.
No, not. Yeah, if I got
a better deal, yes.
But I'm not signing a 32-year-old player to a 6-year deal. I understand your point about a better deal.
A better deal, and if you felt like you were close.
Right, but the better deal didn't exist.
Just saying. I'm just saying. I said if, didn't I?
You did.
Okay.
And I'm looking, if you look at last year, Paredes, 31 home runs, 98 knocked in. The year before, he hit 20 home runs in his first full-time job as a starter, played 111 games.
In Tampa, right?
In Tampa. Then last year, 143 games. He hit 250, 31, 98, and an 840 OPS, a 131 OPS plus.
Hey, Cap, sometimes the bright lights of Wrigley are too much for players.
Could be. That's why I want to see what he does.
Hey, Cap, that 35,000 or 40,000 sometimes over there at Wrigley, sometimes, as we know, a little bit too much for the player.
I don't disagree.
In dumpy Tampa in front of 5,000 people and dogs, yeah, he was doing well.
And he's
just saying.
He's 25. He turns 26 February 18th. And next year's a big year for him. He's got to make the adjustments in the offseason and come in ready to roll. He just does.
Jackaloons like you on the baseline watching the game. Hey, Paredes. Oh, God.
Right.
Shaking hand. I mean, telling you, man, there's pressure now for the Cubs. Pressure.
I told you, Doug Melvin, the old GM of the Brewers and the Rangers, I went up to him and I said, oh, this closer you got, Derek Turnbow, that guy's phenomenal. He said, we're 18 games up the track. Real easy to close games out when no one really cares. He said, stick him Friday afternoon at 1:20 at Wrigley, where it matters with 41,000 people screaming at him. We'll find out what he's made of.
True, man.
He's right.
Listen, I know that the heat's turned up. It's not as hot at Wrigley, but you know that the fans are like, I know we're 4.5 games out, but they expect some excellence here. They expect good baseball. If nothing else, at the minimum, they expect positive, solid baseball.
Yeah, he plays hard. He has not had a good transition in Chicago by any measure.
Handshaking.
But I like this kid. There were a lot of teams after him, the Yankees and others. They got him. So guess what? He's got to come in ready to roll and have a good season next year. But I don't want the Matt Chapman contract. 6 years, 151.
I get it.
Hats off, Scott Boras, because you're a wizard.
No question. The best.
Yes.
All right. We've got Around the NFL. We got big bowl predictions for 2024. That's next on Kap and J.